Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And yes, the very best, the very best guest I could ever have on our anniversary. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me into your world. And
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you all for having me.
It's an honor, and you know what? It is our anniversary today, and we thought we'd just share a couple of minutes about, well, you know what? First and foremost, here's a before, and here's the after. So, you know what, sweetheart? I think
I think I have your hairdo from back then, actually.
I think you do too. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yes. Some things. You know, we were thinking about this morning as we were walking up to the treehouse, and it was really all about how in our relationship, one of the things that I believe I've been learning is that the most important thing I've learned in this marriage is that you've helped me to create a safe space where I could do the work. And I came into this relationship very leery of my ability to be a good husband, to be in a place where I could be a great companion, and whether or not I really had within me the ability to do all the things that a great relationship takes. So I just want to say thank you for creating a safe space for me to do my work, do the work with you, and teach me more and more about love for myself and for you.
Thank you. Of course, I know that early on when we had some challenges in the relationship, for me personally, I think you look at relationships like, oh, how does this other person complete me? And it took a while to recognize that you have to be fully whole in relationship to be the best partner. And I think stepping into what you just talked about, and that is vulnerability, is one of the keys to a successful relationship. Like being vulnerable to say, I'm struggling here or there, or I'm questioning how you're feeling about me in this moment, because after 27 years, obviously things ebb and flow in terms of acknowledging one another. And I will say you are so good at that. This morning, we were on a hike. We usually do a morning dog walk hike, and it's always like post-workout for me. So I'm just not looking super attractive. So I had my hair in a baseball hat, and he was walking behind me, and he said, "Your hair looks really pretty." And I just thought, that it was just so kind and sweet. And after 27 years, remembering that those little things make a really big difference.
Yeah, well, I'm such a crier. I really think the opportunity for us to share with you, if you're in a relationship, if you're looking for a relationship, I think the most important thing we've learned is really about the relationship that we've given each other to have with ourselves spiritually. You know, it's so beautiful to understand that creating a space for us to do the work, vulnerability is the birthplace of every good thing, to be seen. And one of the things we work on a lot in our relationship is how when someone says, I love you, which we do, my goodness, it's several times a day, and it's really we do it with intention, having the courage to say, rather than coming back with I love you immediately as just a reflex, it's more really leaning into and accepting and saying thank you, or like, thank you, tell me more, not being afraid to allow yourself to really bask in that relationship, really feel that level of love. Because I think so often today we are so quick to move on to the next thing, and relationships suffer from speed. That's been my greatest lesson, is suffering from speed. Do everything you can to slow down. Do everything you can to catch the moments. Your legacy of your love will be created in the moments. And there are so many things that Deborah and I have learned, nearly 30 years. My gosh, when you think in relationship to how long that is, all the changes we've been through from our 20s to our 30s to our 40s to our 50s, you're like, oh my goodness, of course you're a different person. But love is love is love. And the intimacy of us is getting a chance to be seen and holding that vision long enough to really see each other. And then sometimes you get a glimpse of yourself. You get a chance to really see yourself in that love. And I think that's the beautiful takeaway that I'm feeling on our anniversary. So thank you for helping me to see myself through you. And thank you for allowing me to see you, because I'm crazy about you after all these years.
So sweet. Thank you for seeing me and for honoring me, and for inspiring thousands of people every single day, and doing your life's greatest work, allowing me to be along for the ride for that. And one real quick story, and it has to do with this idea between the pressures that we put on relationships instead of just allowing and reaffirming why you were together in the first place, why you fell in love, why you are in love. And so it's that visual of how you are with the first marriage versus the second marriage. And when we were getting married, we hired this photographer who said, no, I only do second marriages. And we're like, why? And he said, because people are just too uptight with the first weddings. And, or he said, I only do second weddings or something. And so anyway, we're like, oh, we're not like that.
We're not uptight.
We're so easy.
Really?
James says, as a matter of fact, go ahead and have a beer or two. With,
Yeah, we encouraged him to like loosen up. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he enjoyed himself a little too much. But the metaphor for all of that is to lighten up with one another, and life is serious on one level, but I think one of the keys to our successes is laughter and joy. And our morning hike, we find something to lose it about. Even yesterday, I pointed to the sky to show James that, hey, there's blue sky for the first time. And there was something about how I did it that made him lose it.
And I'm literally curled over in the field, laughing so hard at 6 a.m. And I think that's the key. Laughter is carbonated joy.
Yes.
Find something in your partner, in yourself. If your relationship that you're working on is with yourself, oh my goodness, find the lightness inside of yourself. That's so good, sweetheart.
Yeah, lightness, compassion, vulnerability, joy, and love, and dancing. He just talked about that this week.
I'm a dancer. Yeah. Terrible dancer. I'm reminded of that every day that I dance. Anyway, listen, thank you for letting us share a little bit about our love and our love affair with you. And I hope you go out and create and make and circulate love like your life depends on it today. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
And happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Bye,
Peace
guys.
and blessings.
Much love. Bye.